Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am super excited to have you here today. Okay, we are going to jump straight into things. Today, we're exploring the fascinating evolution and, honestly, the market-leading solutions of a true powerhouse in the tech world, SSS-Software. Now, if you're operating in the IBM I environment, if you're managing massive data flows, or maybe you're just looking for absolute bulletproof automation, well, you are exactly where you need to be. We're going to look at exactly how this company has consistently stayed ahead of the curve, surfing the wave of technological innovation with just absolute precision. We'll examine their foundation, their core products that have basically become industry standards, and some incredibly exciting new innovations that are quite literally changing the game for system administrators. So, sit back, get comfortable, and let's get started.
So, here is our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with the origin and history of SSS software. Then we'll dive into their core flagships, file access, and transfer data. After that, we'll look at smart utilities like CHU and NLS before jumping into their newest innovations, the BLD framework and Save Me Backup. Finally, we'll wrap up with their commitment to quality.
Section 1. Origin and History. The Foundation.
You know, in the world of enterprise IT, longevity really is the ultimate proof of quality, isn't it? The unwavering reliability of SS software officially began way back in 1988. They have literally been there since the birth of the AS400. And they didn't just stay local either. In 1992, they formed a hugely crucial U.S. partnership with Tom Wallen of Oasis Software International. That move really expanded their reach and their influence. They have been continuously evolving, seamlessly bridging that gap from those early AS400 days right through to powering the highly advanced future of IBM I as we look toward 2026 and beyond. This isn't just a company that adapts to the platform. I mean, they've practically grown up right alongside it.
And this image right here brilliantly illustrates the driving force behind that whole legacy. We're talking about the founder, Michael Ogle. In IBM I circles, he is very fondly and widely known as Mr. Blue Suit. I just absolutely love this high-tech surfing aesthetic because it hits the nail on the head regarding his philosophy. Mr. Blue Suit isn't just sitting on the beach watching the waves of digital transformation pass by, right? He is out there actively writing them. He's mastering the data flood and engineering solutions that let IT professionals do the exact same thing with style and total confidence.
So the absolutely crucial point to take away regarding their history is this. SSS Software has delivered absolute reliability since 1988. Their solutions have been proven in the absolute most demanding environments for more than 38 years. That is a fact we really need to anchor in our minds today. Look, in an industry where software companies pop up and disappear overnight, standing strong for more than 38 years is a true testament to an uncompromising standard of excellence. When you deploy their tools, you aren't just installing software, you're deploying nearly 4 decades of refined, battle-tested expertise.
Section 2. Core Flagships, File Access and Transfer Data.
Okay, so while SSS software is constantly pushing the envelope with new innovations, we have to talk about their main, market-leading flagship products. These are the undeniable lifeblood of the SSS-Tools ecosystem. Now, notice anything familiar about this layout we're looking at? SS Software very specifically designs all of their products with a unified native IBM-style user interface, and this is so incredibly important. As a system admin, you really don't want to learn a completely new, flashy, but totally unintuitive layout for every single tool you use, right? You want to stay in your flow. By keeping this unified UI, they ensure their tools feel like a natural, seamless extension of the IBM I operating system itself. It's all about prioritizing real functional quality and user efficiency over just unnecessary cosmetic quantity.
Let's look at their first main product, File Access. Honestly, this is widely considered the absolute most helpful tool for IBM I specialists out there. A true market-leading flagship. But they definitely aren't resting on their laurels here. With the release of File Access 12, they've dropped some massive updates designed specifically for modern connectivity. We're talking about powerful new web services integration and really advanced JSON capabilities. But what's particularly exciting to me is the brand new GETJSON function. This opens up entirely new possibilities for extracting, manipulating, and integrating JSON data directly within your IBM I environment. It effortlessly bridges that gap between rock-solid legacy data and modern web-based applications. It's a real game changer.
Then we have their second main flagship product, Transfer Data. It's already this ingenious tool for converting and transferring files, like turning spools into Excel or PDFs. But check this out. With the critical updates in Transfer Data 9 and 9.1, they have tackled a massive modern administrative headache, e-invoices or e-rationing. Transfer Data now offers comprehensive end-to-end e-invoice support.
That means you get full out-of-the-box support for cleanly reading incoming e-invoices, and you can seamlessly create outgoing ones. Plus, the whole thing is packed with a ton of additional extra functions that just make data exchange practically effortless. It's really an indispensable daily driver.
Section 3. Smart Utilities, CHU and NLS.
All right, beyond those main flagships, SSS-Software also produces some highly specialized smart utilities, and these are designed to just eliminate those tedious manual tasks. First up is CHU. CHU stands for Create Help Utility. Now, if you have ever had to manually code help documentation for user interfaces, you know it is incredibly time-consuming. CHU completely automates this whole process. It fully automatically creates cursor-sensitive operator help, granularly down to the individual field level. But here is the real magic of CHU. It requires absolutely zero changes to your actual programs or display files. You don't have to touch a single line of your existing code to give your users comprehensive, context-aware help. I mean, think about the massive efficiency boost that gives your team.
Next is NLS. This is another highly mature, market-leading tool. Imagine you need to roll out your in-house applications to international branches. Normally, that's a localization nightmare requiring months of reprogramming. Well, NLS gives your applications multi-language capabilities literally overnight. It can translate your display files, printer files, and RPG programs into up to 5 languages simultaneously, and it does all this without any additional programming effort required from your team. None. It's brilliant.
Section 4. New Innovation, the BLD Framework.
Okay, so while file access and transfer data will always remain the foundational main products, the company is also relentlessly pushing forward with some amazing new products. Let's talk about next-generation automated management. This is BLD. It acts as your intelligent automated site manager. Think of it like a bow lighter for the IBM I. For years, managing object dependencies and compiling programs manually has been this risk-prone, super complex task. You change one source member and suddenly you have to manually figure out every single dependent object that needs updating so you don't get runtime errors. BLD entirely replaces that manual dependency tracking. It uses an intelligent system scan to pull dependencies directly from the IBM I via APIs, giving you absolute precision and just massive time savings.
Let's actually walk through the exact step-by-step flow of this new framework so you can see how it safely automates the whole process. First up, analysis and trigger. It compares source member and object dates to identify what changed, essentially building a knowledge base. Second is cascading. This is a bidirectional impact analysis. It knows exactly which programs use which modules or which logical files depend on physical files. Third, we have the build workflow. It generates an optimized, object-by-object execution plan, safely compiling new programs while making absolutely sure your data security, like triggers and constraints, stay perfectly intact. And finally, error handling. It gives you interactive control so you can jump directly into the source code, fix any compilation errors, and instantly rerun the process. It's a complete end-to-end automated build pipeline.
Section 5. New Innovation, Save Me Backup.
So if BLD is the evolution of development management, their other new product, SaveMe, is the ultimate evolution of operatorless automation and system security. To truly appreciate SaveMe, we kind of need to compare it against the hidden risks of traditional backups. You know, the traditional tape backup. It's really an illusion of safety. It requires high manual effort, career services, physical transport, and let's be honest, the restore speeds are painfully slow. Then you have the cloud backup, which is kind of a trap. Sure, it lowers manual effort, but it leaves you entirely dependent on internet bandwidth during a crisis, and crucially, it lacks true physical air-gap security. The SaveMe product shifts this paradigm completely. The manual effort is absolutely zero. It is 100% operatorless. The restore speed is maximal because your data is kept online. And it provides true physical air-gap security using highly robust RDX removable media.
Let's map out exactly how your data flows in this fully automated architecture pipeline. First, it all starts at your IBM I systems and partitions. This entire process is intelligently governed by the SaveMe backup monitor. From there, the data flows seamlessly and automatically straight to mirrored NAS disks, handling libraries and IFS directories completely on its own. And then, finally, that data is automatically synchronized onto a robust RDX drive archive. Now, these RDX cartridges, they hold up to 5 terabytes each. They are shockproof, and they actually have a lifespan of up to 30 years. It is dramatically faster than a cloud backup and vastly more secure than a manual tape archive.
But what's genuinely amazing to me is how you manage all of this from the command center monitor. It gives you real-time transparency and absolute autonomy. Instead of just flying blind, you get this perfectly synchronized view of all your systems running in true parallel. You can literally watch the status bars and completion percentages in real time, and it does this without ever dragging down your system's performance. It automatically manages the dates and times of the last and next backups. It is just total, uncompromised visibility.
And hey, if you need to audit your backups, the precision here is honestly staggering. Notice how the system tracks the sizes and runtimes of every single object down to the exact millisecond. You can isolate an object, see that it took exactly 451 milliseconds to save, see exactly how many bytes it was, and the precise moment it happened. So there's absolutely no more guesswork when an emergency hits. You have a complete, irrefutable history at your fingertips.
But here is where Save Me becomes an absolute lifesaver. Let's talk about the instant rescue feature. When a critical failure happens, you do not have the time to go hunt down a backup tape, right? With Save Me, your last line of defense is an immediately accessible online data repository. By simply selecting option 9 on your monitor, you are immediately and securely, obviously based on your authorization, connected to the coupled system. You get instant access to your online data without a single second of time loss. In a crisis, that kind of speed, it's priceless.
Section 6. The commitment to quality.
Wow. Okay, so we've covered a tremendous amount of ground today, from the essential daily main tools to these revolutionary new paradigms in backup and build management. And this quote right here, this is the driving ethos behind every single tool we've discussed today. Perfection and quality in all products. Quality instead of quantity. Whether we're talking about their main foundational products like file access and transfer data that they've been refining since 1988, or their brand new innovations like BLD and Save Me, this philosophy remains absolutely constant. SSS-Software doesn't just push out endless half-baked features. They engineer highly precise, exceptionally reliable solutions that do exactly what they promise to do, seamlessly integrating with the whole IBM I ecosystem.
Which really brings us to our final thought. We've seen how Mr. Bluesuit and his incredible team have built this amazing legacy of absolute reliability since 1988, spanning more than 38 years of continuous innovation. You've seen the power of their main flagships and the revolutionary potential of their new operatorless systems. So, the question I want to leave you with today is this. With a legacy of reliability since 1988 right at your fingertips, how are you going to ride the next wave of IBM I automation in your own organization? Think about the countless manual hours you could reclaim and the peace of mind and security you could guarantee. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. I really hope this deeper understanding empowers you to go out and build stronger, safer systems. Catch you on the next one.